Looking straight stuff. All right, all right. So I heard about recording in progress. Open up the tab. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ahava. I hope everyone is enjoying your Sabbath. Let's get it started how we always do it. Father Yahweh, we thank you for another day above ground. We thank you for giving us peace. We thank you for touching us from the crowns of our heads to the soles of our feet. Continue to watch over us as we go through highways and byways, as we continue to live life in this cruel world. We ahava you. Continue to just bless us. Give us your mercy, your wisdom, and your knowledge. We ahava you. Continue to fill our ruachs up. We ahava you. In Yahshua's name, we pray. Yada Yahuwah. Amen. Welcome to today's show, everybody. Yeah, I am your host. Zarzavaho, Stephen Polar Bear Sellers. And today we're gonna be, talking about David stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, David's grandson, Solomon's son. Remember that last time we talked about not my son. I'm quite sure Solomon would be saying that, but Solomon was something different too. Okay, so what we're gonna do is like I said, welcome to the show. We're gonna jump straight into it. And I'm gonna start telling you this story. And we're gonna round it up from grandfather to son to grandson. Now, I was saying, turn me up. Now, now David was one of the people that's very beloved by his people, which was the father Solomon. And then there was Solomon, you know what I'm saying, very wise. Then there's Rehoboam, which was his son, who was spoiled, who was to rule after, but would lose it all in days. You know what I'm saying? Rehoboam was something different. Okay? Y'all hear me? Now, the moment he took the throne, right, he made some of the worst decisions that he could ever have made. As soon as he succeeded his father, Solomon, one bold decision. That's all it takes, y'all. One bold decision can really, we talked about this, right? Before. One bold decision, one wrong decision can tear everything up. You know what I'm saying? The division of Israel, you know what I'm saying? From one mistake. This is a story of pride, regret, you know what I'm saying? Um, so we just need you to listen as we go through it. Because I'm quite sure this goes, this all of us, you know what I'm saying? Now let's see. Rehoboam, he was spoiled. You know what I'm saying? He was born with plenty of money. How some of these cats out here, you know what I'm saying, privileged. His father Solomon had plenty of money, all the riches. I mean, the street was lined with silver. I mean, he had everything. Solomon, you know what I'm saying? Solomon, the very wise, and the one who built. You know what I'm saying? And his son to come behind him, one who take over, Rehoboam. But he was Solomon's son, but he was not Solomon. Y'all feel me? Now, he didn't have access, right, to all the greatest teachers, all the greatest knowledge, you know what I'm saying, to learn, but he was spoiled. And, you know, only thing he really needed was a little humility. You know what I'm saying? Unlike his grandfather, David, who fought lions, went to war, was betrayed, exiled, and then his son Solomon at least had a deep knowledge for wisdom. But here come Ray. Here come the son. He never had to do nothing. He ain't had to struggle. He ain't had to say, "Can you give me some McDonald's?" He ain't had to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can be, right? Mom, give me, daddy, give me. Yeah. Now, this dude is a future king who always had been carried. You feel me? So when his first test came, you know what I'm saying, and when he's about to have a kingdom, you know what I'm saying, he definitely didn't see it coming. He didn't have the wisdom of his father Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Who had humility and would listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure, did he even notice what his son was up to? Did he notice his arrogance? You know what I'm saying? Did he notice how he was? You know what I'm saying? This bougie kid. You know what I'm saying? But Solomon probably was distracted because he was tripping. 700 wives, 300 concubines, who brought foreign gods with them. You know what I'm saying? Which was messed up because for them, Solomon himself, man, he built temples to satisfy them. Compromise. Okay? Compromise. And that compromise may have spoiled his son. So did he turn a blind eye to his son and get his son right and pass it down to him, or did he turn all his time to build his kingdom? So now by the time he ready, he not ready to be king. He's reckless, he's entitled, he's completely blind to what it takes to be king. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? These days, dad worked at a doctor or something like that. He raising his kids and everything. They got everything that they want. The fact he own family business, like myself. But I don't pay attention to my son. And I put all my concentration into building this kingdom of mine and my business and everything, right? But I don't pay enough attention to my child. But I just spoil him to death. When it's time for him to take over the company, he's not gonna be ready, right? That's pretty much it, right? Can we figure back the rest of the story? Okay. Now, Ray Ho, well, he didn't realize though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is what he was coming up to. He didn't realize that his father, Ray, and everything was under stress. You know what I'm saying? For Solomon to keep his kingdom and keep doing what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? He had to heavy taxes people. You know what I'm saying? He had taxes on them. They had to spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So now, by the time he passed away and everything, right? They just wanted some relief. You know what I'm saying? That's what they wanted, some relief. Now, Rehoboam, he would be next to take over. He's still at the threshold of power, but he don't know what to do. He don't know. He waited for this crown to be placed around his head, but he don't know what to do with it. When there was two legendary kings before him. You feel me? David, and his father, the wise builder, Solomon, right? All right. So now this day, when they was ready to crown him, there was tension in the air, a lot of tension in the air. There was unease. To anyone that's not paying no attention, real talk, Israel seems strong. It stood from Dan to Beersheba. You know what I'm saying? They was getting all the money. It was the envy of the world. You know what I mean? But crazy part about it, they're not understanding cracks are always forming. You know what I mean? And everything's going on. You know, all these lavish palaces, the gold-plated thrones, these gold shields, all of this, it came at a cost. Okay? Now, as his son was about ready to take the throne, he was asked one request. You know what I'm saying? They usually get crowned in the city of David. But Rehoboam, when it was time for him to get crowned, they moved it to Shechem. You know what I mean? Shechem. And it wasn't an accident, though. Y'all check it out. This is the same place where Joshua led the people when they renewed their covenant with God. You know what I mean? It's a place where it was historic. History been made there before. Now, Rehoboam, when he arrived there, he wasn't greeted with the blind obedience. He wasn't greeted with you know what I'm saying, with the obedience he thought he was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So the one person in front of him was Jeroboam. Jeroboam, who asked him, he said, "Can you lower the burdens of all the stuff that the father put on us and the heavy yoke and bring it up?" 1 Kings 12. Now, Jeroboam was no stranger, all right? Because years and years before, when Solomon was still king, right? Prophet Coleman told me, I'm gonna tear the kings from Solomon, and I'm gonna give you 10 tribes, 1 Kings, right? 11:31. So he fled. He got on. But when Solomon passed and was gone, he came back. Okay? So now he represented the 10 tribes, northern tribes, you know what I mean? And all he asked of him was to drop the taxes, make it things better for us, and we'll be loyal. So Rehoboam, he was so arrogant. Rehoboam, first he just started to seem like he was kind of smart, kind of wise. First, like, come back in 3 days, you know, and then we talk, right? So he went back, right? First, he turned to all the wise people, the elders who knew the golden era of his father and everything. They seen, they seen for the prosperity, and they told him, if you're gonna serve the people today and everything, then and speak good words and lift all these jokes, then they'll be a servant forever. You know what I'm saying? 1 Kings 12:7, right? Now this is a perfect strategy. Perfect strategy. Now, if he would listen to the elders, he'd be all right. You feel me? But still, he want to go to his mans and them. Hey, y'all, come here. His little homeboys who always around him. So they already have money always with them. They never know number privilege. So, they told something totally different. Forget about lowering taxes. Increase the taxes. Show them who's in charge. Exact words was, thus you should say to them, my little finger should be thicker than my father's. My father put a heavy yoke on you. I will make it even heavier. My father chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. 1 Kings 12:10-11. Y'all, think about that. Wow. That was an insult. Insult. Insult to the people. What they said. And he went right back and he delivered these very words to the people. You know what I'm saying? To the people of Israel. And the 10 northern tribes who tolerated Solomon rule, right? You know what I'm saying? And only they did that, was out of faith. I know how to say. But now they refuse to follow this dude, so they crown Jeroboam their king, the king of Israel. You know what I mean? Now Rehoboam only had Judah and Benjamin, right? So he formed the kingdom of Judah. And just like that, bam, the golden age Solomon built, gone, blew up, seal moment, everything from just trying to be a beast or whatever he thought he was, it's over now. You know what I'm saying? He had 3 days. He destroyed everything, everything that they built. Because he got to understand it's not oh, you got to have wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to divide. You don't want to divide. You want to unite. You know what I'm saying? You got the power to do this, to bring the people together. You know what I'm saying? To help. So this is just the first disaster. He lost 10 tribes. Now, we barely they got the crown on his head. You know what I'm saying? And one sentence divided the mighty kingdom, right? Our kingdom. He had lost the north now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All 10 of them left with Jeroboam. Now, this was Roman. The kingdom that was David at one point. Only 2 left. 2 left now. Judah and Benjamin. Now, being the son of Solomon, he about to make his second mistake. Okay? Now, his second mistake, he could have reconsidered. He could have switched it up and did right. But he chose war. He wanted to fight now. He want to go fight everybody. Oh, Jeroboam, I won't let you build my crown or my people because you used to be a servant of my father before, right? So now he getting his stuff together. He got 180,000 warriors from Judah and Benjamin. Now they gearing up. They ready to go. They ready to go smash. See what they can do with Israel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get Israel back. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to be known as the one who messed up. You know what I mean? And everything that the empire that was built by his family. You know what I'm saying? So so that message came to him by a prophet and told him that to go home. Every last one of y'all are not about to fight against your brother. And I handle this because this is my doing. That's also the first thing. Okay. Now when he did that, that's a political mistake, but it's also a mistake because he turned away from God. Solomon did when he was building all those tents, and now his son is paying the price, right? So he sent the troops home, but the damage is already messed up. It's already just totally messed up. It's already totally messed up. It cannot be repaired. So now, as Judah trying to recover, you know what I'm saying, from losing 10 tribes and everything, everything should be good. As long as we got the temple in Jerusalem, everything should be good. As long as we listen to the city, then everybody still got to come south, you know what I'm saying, to come try to pray and stuff at Temple Mount and everything, right? But guess what Jeroboam did? Jeroboam, guess what he did? By him knowing that that's going to happen also. Bethel and Dan, he built 2 calves and put them there and told them to go worship that. First Kings 12:28. You know what I'm saying? The same sin, the same thing that went down. Remember we talked about Musa, y'all? The same time The same thing. He did the same thing. Now all that idolatry spread like wildfire in the north, and even in Judah, your boy, he didn't let stuff sleep in there also. Since the first time since David, you know what I'm saying, we were divided. Two kings. You know what I'm saying? In the other division, he still didn't humble himself. You know what I'm saying? But he focused on, I'm gonna put the city back together. You know what I'm saying? I'm build the walls. I'm gonna prepare for war. If I got military power, then this military power, you know what I'm saying, should be able to keep me strong, right? That's the thing. It ain't really that. Because your enemy ain't Jeroboam. Your enemy is God now. The enemy is God now. They invaded with all the 200 chariots and 60,000 forces. The Egyptians came through there. Now, that's the problem. The Egyptians came through there. They started destroying stuff. City by city by city by city. The Pharaoh came through there. Started just tearing everything up. You know what I mean? So now, Shishak's army, before long, now his army was really just at the gates. You know what I'm saying? At the gates, ready to get them. If this was gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? When Rehoboam had abandoned God, he gonna allow your enemies to get at you. That's why you gotta stay focused. Because when you abandon the Lord, then they're gonna get at you. So that's why Shishak was at the gates. You know what I'm saying? And then he had at that time, now something broke in Rehoboam. He finally humbled himself. You know what I mean? Around that time, and he humbled himself. And by doing that, you know, uh, Yeshua spared them. Okay, we're gonna let you cool, da 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 da. But they still took everything. They still took the gold plates, the, all the stuff stripped away, stripped away. Gold shields and everything. And instead of repenting further, this dude, he gonna replace the shields with bronze. That's how hell filled he was with, or something. You know what I'm saying? He had the wisdom of Solomon that should have been in his head. But because of I'm all this, I'm all that, pride, arrogance, and everything, not listening and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't back down. I refuse to humble myself and all that, right? What happened? You know what I'm saying? What happened? You always fall off. And what's the bad part about it, his story ain't have to end this way. You know what I'm saying? He could have, his father Solomon had started strong and ended in failure. But him, he never even started with him. His reign continued for, I think, 17 years, right? 17 years. But the story ain't about one king. It's about us. How many times do we not listen? How many times do we fight for the wrong thing? How many times do we really ignore everything that really matters? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we ourselves, man, we we think we know more all the time than what we do, but we really don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? And and that's how we can really is miss everything. You know what I'm saying? The king of Israel should never been separated. 12 tribes, one nation, one God. But at one time, my father dispensed you with wicks, dispensed you with wicks, I will dispense you with scorpions. 12:14. First, and that's when it all started. And that's when it all went bad. You tell you work with, sir. Huh? Hey, spiritual disaster. Now, how many of us have went through the same thing? Now, um, me myself personally, I don't feel entitled. You know what I'm saying? But Ahisha, that's when the first time I was telling y'all about with Jeroboam. It's when he came and took his stuff off and he ripped his hook up and gave him 10 pieces of it, you know what I'm saying? And everything. And that's when he first was telling him that, you know, that he wasn't gonna get, you know, take over that, you know.
Yeah, I'm back.
You know, the kingdom was supposed to belong, to the Lord and everything. So, so, so that's pretty much, that's how the story went down, but God, because what he did, he had to tear it all apart. So if he would have followed God, he could have established, you know what I'm saying, this kingdom the same like his grandfather David and his father Solomon. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
real, but not Jeroboam, who like I said, who they told me would give him 10 tribes. He don't
Uh,
want to man. He bust up. Um, he went to Egypt, and for years he watched and he seen what's going on, and he waited. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, until Solomon died before he could come on back.
we still on David, sir?
You know what I'm saying? And to do what he did. Jeroboam, you know what I'm saying? Like I just told y'all, entitled. You know what I'm saying? Solomon's son, yeah. Solomon's son. You know, grandson of David. Spoiled rotten. Feel like he can do what he want to do at any given time and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like we
Right.
already explained, you know what I'm saying? He held, I'm not gonna do nothing for the people. Yeah, the people got mad. He lost the 10 tribes, and everybody's ready to go to war. Now, I would like to also pick it up and y'all check it out. Like I said, with the Ethiopian book, because in the Ethiopian book, it talked about how when they was ready to all go to war and everything, that the Maccabees, which is a book that's missing, like I told y'all, the book of Maccabees, they came and told them no. I believe they came and told them that ain't gonna be no war. Y'all need to sit down or something like that. I know we can probably get deeper than that. Um, so we're gonna pause for 1 second. We over halfway through the show, so I'm gonna pay a little couple bills. I done gave y'all the story. Um, um, we're gonna thank All Greens Entertainment LLC for sponsoring today's show, and it's also being brought to you by the Polar Eclipse album. I want y'all certain songs I want y'all to listen to, other stuff I don't even want y'all to listen to. But go check see King of the Jungle, man, listen to it or whatnot. And listen to the artist, you know what I'm saying? And just try to show them a little love, you know what I'm saying? Some are on there doing a little courtesy. We try to keep our tongue fixed, our toes, right? But other than that, I sent the link out to everybody. I hope everybody checked it out because that's really a story. And you gotta really think about it, man. It's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? They come from the one to end up and it all goes down. The only thing he don't want to be known as is the one who let everything fall apart. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what he did. He didn't want to let everything fall apart. Excuse me, y'all. Time we working with now? Time is it?
It's 5:31, and I'm here.
Okay. You said what do you know about this lineage from David to Solomon? And oh yeah, one other thing I want to say, y'all. I'm gonna get back with y'all on another thing. Besides that son, he had Menelik the first, which was Sheba's son in Ethiopia.
What was
We
dude
follow,
name? That's it right here.
we follow up on that at a later time. But right now, what can you tell me a little bit what you know about this
I
study
know
of
about David, bro. You
huh?
know, David been through a lot, bro. David was a prophet. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to have been King Nebuchadnezzar. He was working in his court thing, and um he
David.
had a dream. He had a dream.
No, we on that. You said you still on Daniel, and you saying David.
Huh?
David, David was the king. That David started out as working in the fields. That's what we on right now. David started out working in the fields,
Dog
and
on David. Right?
and was a warrior. He the one that David and Goliath. You know what I'm saying? He took Goliath down and became a powerful warrior
Yeah,
king.
I know who you talking about.
And his father,
He took
his
the giant down.
huh?
You talking about he defeated the giant.
And then his son was Solomon, who gave birth to who we talking about right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Who, what the whole study was about. The link was put up, but it's basically
I was
it's
working
just, it's basically just
for that.
it's basically just that he was spoiled.
David was pure. I'm about to tell you my part because you heard, they heard yours, right? I'm finna tell
Okay,
you what I know of David.
all
David
right.
was David was he had to go against that giant. And he took that littlest rock. That giant kept tempting them, like, "Oh, gone, little boy, gone. You a little boy." They was laughing at him because he was that little, and he wanted to take that spot. Man, he put that rock in his thing. Man, he hit that giant dude and knocked him out. He was able to pick that big sword up and he cut his head off. And then Samuel told him, was it Samuel? It was a king that was there before David, and he helped him take that giant down. And he said, "Let us make slaves of them." And they tried to flee after that giant went down. But David, he stayed with his team. He fought and killed hundreds of thousands and thousands of men. He slayed them, dude.
Right. He was the warrior king. And
Yeah,
after him came the son
huh?
Solomon. And after him came Solomon.
Yeah, yeah,
Solomon was a wise king and a builder.
right.
And what can you tell us about Solomon?
Hmm. I really can't tell you nothing about Solomon because I ain't really study on Solomon like that.
Okay. Not trying to cut your wisdom and everything. I probably didn't put the format down in enough time for you to really get your study on. But today's study is definitely about Solomon's son. And I'm not trying to cut your wisdom. I know you said you went to work today, and we're gonna talk later on behind the scenes. but you've been slacking for the last 3 or 4 episodes. We'll talk.
Man,
We'll
working.
talk together. We'll talk together. We ain't
We'll
gonna.
talk, right? We'll talk.
But yeah, but that's what the day's study is actually about. You know what I'm saying? So I want the people to know. Make sure y'all go deeper into that, and see what y'all can learn more about that. Um, but yeah, it's a trip though. You know how that can go though. You know what I'm saying? When you're entitled, you know what I mean? And you got everything. You feel me? And
Yeah,
I mean, and you basically spoiled. And then when it's your time to lead, you ain't ready. That's what happened with his son. He was spoiled, he was entitled, and when it was his time to step up and do what he was supposed to do, he wasn't ready, and he went against the people, and he lost 10 tribes, and everybody knows the story that we have. Have you ever run into any people like that that you know that was just entitled and they was getting everything they want, and when it's time for them to step up and getting a job or doing anything, and they just wasn't ready?
no,
They wasn't prepared to be ready.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's that's messed up. Especially like you said, we got a warrior king like David as a grandfather
Right.
and a wise father like Solomon. But you also got to remember that Solomon had all those 700 wives and 300 concubines, and they have false idols. You got to remember he built a couple of temples too, so he fell off towards the end. Also, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but where David messed up at is he had relations with where he
Solomon,
messed up at is where my man's messed up at is he had relations with the soldier who he sent on a mission. He sent a soldier on a mission, right? But in that note, the note was for that man to go to war with some people and they were supposed to abandon him and leave him there. So it's like he died. He's out of the whole picture. So now my man's is with his wife and that put a curse on them. That put a curse on them. The that put a curse on David. On David.
David lived his life out the right way. David was
Bro,
good.
no he didn't, bro.
David was good. Solomon the one that messed up.
The
His
one,
son,
well, whoever killed that giant, he the one that messed up. He messed up. Yes, he did. Cause he had relations with the man who he sent on a mission to, and he was sent to be a bandit, and he had relations with that man's wife. You know, what you call them people? What you call them people? That's dang. I can't really. Dang. What's my man's name? The prophet. The prophet told him. The prophet said, "You ain't think that I just seen that? Like nigga, you just sent that man out to die, and you had relations with his wife." And then the lady said, "Oh, we curse now. What is we gonna do?" And he said, "Not me. What about my child? What about my?" All he kept saying was, "Why him?" But you the one messed up and I'ma send it to you.
yeah, but David, like I said, was the warrior king who stayed pure at heart still. Solomon built temples to other gods. And that's when it went bold, his son. When he built temples and to pagan gods for his mistresses of 300 and his wives of 700. And they put them into idolatry. And
I'm
that's
about
why
to
his
read
son,
that thing
who
right
we
now.
talk about today, that's why his son, who we talk about today, was so confused and messed up. Because this is the Jerusalem that he seen and was coming up in. And then once the 10 tribes left and old boy put calves at Dan and Bel for the people to go worship the same thing that happened when Moses was away. And that's when that slipped into the 10 tribes. and everything. So everything with the separation of the tribe was just all messed up because the grandson of David told the people, "Oh, my father might have whipped y'all with whips or ropes or whatever, but I'm going to basically beat y'all down with scorpions. And no, I'm not going to lower the tax. I'm going to double the yoke on y'all." And that's why the 10 tribes left. And Israel was for the first time separated into two. And that's the study we're today about the son of Solomon. What time we work with now, Tez?
It's 541.
5:41. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
so
Dave saw Solomon. It's all in this. I'm about to send it to your phone.
read it to the people.
I can't
Don't send it
read
to
it.
me.
It's a video. It is not no book or no scripture.
You know what I'm saying? But today, they don't really, I mean, that's cool. We check that out. Then maybe go over it next time on that. You know much about David, then study David and lead the next session and talk about David.
Man.
Okay? I want you to lead the next session. We talk about David because today's study was about his grandson. So I want to, so next study we go with David and Taz B. Ariel is going to be our host for the full segment, and I'm just going to touch in. So Wednesday, y'all be ready for Tez to go in. He gonna know how to break it all the way down for y'all. He gonna tell y'all everything y'all need to know. You know what I mean? About David. That's the next study. We're gonna go back to the grandson. Yeah.
Man, quit being so damn sarcastic all the time.
No, I'm not being sarcastic.
You
I'm being
is.
faithful to the
How
Most
you
High.
sound.
I'm being faithful to the Most High in my studies, and I just want me and my counterpart. We're gonna bring it to you the right way, and we both gonna stay faithful in grace. And I know sometimes we work, but it also says, but I understand when it says about on the Sabbath we relax, but it also says if a man mule was to fall or oxen was to fall into a hole, does he not go retrieve it? Yes, he does. So it's not bad to go out and take care of the business on work and everything. That's a beautiful thing. It's all love. It's not about sarcasm or anything. But when we take a commitment to do something, just like we was talking about with baby girl, then we need to handle our business. Because we're not doing it about us, it's for God.
Mm-hmm. So is. But when I'm out, I'm out.
You think God want to hear that?
I can talk to God.
All right. What about the people that cut the show? We're done with the show for today.
Right. Because you want to talk. Right.
Cut him with that. Let me finish the show out right quick. I know everybody I'm not trying to get frustrated. Everything is all good. We're all family. We do make mistakes. Um, I just want my partner to understand that when we make a commitment to something and to doing something, yes, we do have to work. We do have to survive. Yes, we do have to live. But if we commit ourselves to something, we still have to take that time out and study or do whatever we have to do. I love everyone. I want y'all to know I love Tez B. This is not a bump on Tez B. But all of us at different times, we have to understand something called denial. And what I mean by that is this is the story of the day. And then we're going to end it. The same way that when his grandson was supposed to take over the kingdom, he wasn't ready because he didn't do what he's supposed to do. And that's the moral of the story. So we thank you guys for joining us today. I'm gonna pray us on out of here. Or in fact, we're gonna bring Ariel back in and we're gonna let him pray us up out of here. And then, okay, well, he left the building. So I'm gonna pray us up out of here. I just want everybody to understand. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. And you probably gonna be watching this still since you left. I'm not trying to be mean. But the same way with the music. Once you dedicate yourself to doing something, man, we have to try to be on point. I know this story was not given to me enough time, so I understand. Real talk. I'll advise you, you're my man. But we're gonna tighten this on up, baby. I love you. Okay. So yeah, that's the story we was on today. So thank everybody for joining us today or whatever. Once you commit, take care of business. We thank you, Father, for another show. Thank you for touching everybody from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet. Continue to watch over us. Continue to guide us while we go through the highways and byways. Continue to just touch us with your mercy and grace. And we ahavak you, fill our ruachs up in Yeshua's name. Amen. And my mouth. Love. Tap in. Tap in.